Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we are checking out a knife from Schwarz Knives, made in the USA. This is by TJ Schwarz, and we're going to check it out and see what's going on with these guys. If these guys are worth the money, or are they just another knife out there? Let's check it out. So here is the packaging, just a regular cardboard box. We got a nice little card in here, magna cut steel. Love to see that already. And love to see that HRC 6364. You can see the date on it, and you can see this is the Overlander X. Oh, I kind of like this. This is pretty nice. This is nice. Nice, and I love wipes, by the way. When I give knives away, half the time I steal the wipe out of it. Yeah, this is really nice. So let's check out this bad boy. We got an Alti clip already. I like me some Alti clips. And we got a Kydex sheath, but let's talk about the star of the show, which is the knife. We'll get back to the sheath. Okay, so we have Red G10, a beautiful sheep's foot blade shape. It's got a tapering belly, so it kind of is all belly, but because of the handle being the way it is, you can cut down on a flat surface. Ooh, yeah, those are some good ergonomics. Oh my goodness, and look at that. See these little dips right there? That is like just perfect for the pinch grip, which is like the primary grip I think most people use a knife for the most part. This is probably the second, but this is probably the primary, open things up, utility cuts, chopping stuff, whatever. Love to see that it's magna cut. It's got this coating on it. I'm not sure what the coating is. Is it PVD? It doesn't say. I'm guessing PVD. It's like a blasted PVD. It definitely has like a blasted texture over it. Not super rough at all, though. It's nice and smooth. The jimping, very functional jimping. Love the plunge line. Schwarz, man, you're kicking ass over here. What are you doing? This is really, really, really well thought out. I'll be honest, like, sometimes you expect to just open a knife up and it just be another knife, but this is very, very well thought out. To me, right now in my knife journey, it's the little details that count. I've held every blade shape, every type of ergonomics, everything you could imagine. I've handled everything out there. But when the little details they're paying attention to the little details, I really, really like that. For example, the way this swells up right there, like that is plenty of room for me to get pretty much the edge in front of my forefingers. Now, obviously it's not 100%, but it gives me room where I can. And it also, when I'm holding it, it's kind of canting the knife forward for a good cut where I can kind of manipulate the edge so it doesn't slip out of a cut. This shape, in my opinion, is one of the better blade shapes for general purpose, where, you can do just about anything with it. The only thing you can maybe debate that it's not going to be the best at is maybe skinning, but I think you can still pull it off. And love the plunge grind. That means he cared about the person who's going to sharpen this in the future. That is one of the most important to me because I'm a knife sharpener. I teach knife sharpening. I love sharpening, and I can't stand when there's a knife I absolutely love. And when I sharpen it, I'm going to wind up tearing up the plunge grind. Granted, being a fixed blade, you can always cut in a choil, but it's just a point, right? And this having a black blade, I wouldn't want to. So this one, I'm probably never, ever in my life going to have to worry about that. I will always have clearance. That's plenty of steel. By the time it gets to there, I'd probably retire it. It's a full tang. You got this texture all the way down that really locks me in, man. I don't care if this was in wet conditions, I'm not losing this thing. And then this little spot right there, like I was saying before, for the pinch grips, very well thought out. Not a big fan of lanyard holes myself, but not a big deal. A lot of people are. The hardware is dome shaped. The only thing, maybe if I was going to criticize something, which, this doesn't really matter, and I do like that I can take the scales off. That's awesome. But you see how they're rounded button screws and they have like a pivot collar around? I think that's a pivot collar. I don't think that's the blade. But anyways, my point is just that stuff could get caught in there. Is it a big deal? Probably not. But like you can just unscrew it, clean it off and screw it back in. So it's not that big of a deal. But I was just going to say, maybe if it was flat with the surface, maybe that might be kind of cool. Or something like that, just something where you could easily clean it and oil it and stuff. Well, oiling would be fine, but you know, cleaning it. Man, the only thing, Magna Cut, I wish the Magna Cut was stapled or put, not stapled, what the hell am I saying? I wish Magna Cut was branded on the blade. That'd be really cool. Just in case if you ever lose this, somebody finds it, you know, and maybe if you make 3 or 4 different versions of this same exact model in different blade steels, you know. But I'm very impressed with this. Yeah, very, very impressed. I love the chamfer around the edge. I think that that's also well thought out for it to be like a slight contouring, but then you have this edge around the edge, an edge around the edges. You have this edge that feels really good in the hand. Very, very impressive. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, man, if you're in 2025, man, if you're trying to pick out a knife, to me, there's so much out here that we have. And I know a lot of people are, because a lot of people, man, if I am very critical over a company, people are going to be upset, right? Because that might be their favorite company, whatever, right? But the thing is that in 2025, we have the most ever reason to be critical, to be hypercritical, because there's just so many knives out there, right? And not even just knives, let me be clear. There's so many amazing knives. Knives in 2025, we're in the best time in history to be into knives. They are better than ever. The steels are better than ever. The heat treatments are better than ever. Our sharpening is better than ever. The stones we have are better. Everything is better than ever. So because of that, we have to be critical, right? Like you're competing with a lot. You're competing with a ton of people or a ton of companies. So it is the little details that you or me should be very critical over in order, or when choosing a knife, promoting a knife or whatever. This is definitely one that I can get behind. I can't think honestly of a detail on this that I dislike. You know, I have the tiny nitpick with the screws, but nobody really cares about that. That's not going to be a deal breaker by any means. Yeah, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me check the tension on the sheath before we jump ahead. Did you hear that? No rattle, no tap at all. Oh man, no shift at all. That's again, very well done, man. Very, very well done. You got a nice push-off point. You got plenty of handle popping out. If I need to get to it, I can easily get to it by kicking it off. I can do it with the back of my thumb, or I could just yank if I really needed to. Reverse grip, and then look at the handle. Watch this. This is also really good to me. These little details matter. If I was going to pull it in a reverse grip, I might grip it and I might get my finger a little bit right there. That's okay, because I'm not going to land it on the edge. So I don't think I could ever grip it in any way where my finger's going to go right on the edge. And I've done that. That's why I'm considering that. You know, on the multi-clip, it's a good option. I mean, they're made in the USA. Another cool part, Kydex is, you know, what people probably, well, not probably, what people want most in today's market. Not saying that there aren't some really cool hybrids, and I'm even trying to design something myself right now with leather and Kydex, but yeah, this is very dope. I like this thing a lot. So, Schwarz knives. I like I said, I'm impressed. So let me know your guys' thoughts or experiences down in the description. No, I write the description. You guys let me know your guys' thoughts, criticisms, whatever down in the comments. Work hard, stay tough. Till next time. Peace.